us about this empire.
Well, the fun all starts right here. This will be our grand lobby. Our main entrance will be glass storefront here eventually. Off to our right here will be our guest services. So really the entire store is kind of the division of its blocks, right? Because we wanted what was going to be right in front of us, our anchor attraction, to be visible, which is our go-karts.
Of course.
So a consumer is going to walk in, guest services hides everything, all the activity that's going on over there.
Got it.
They're going to walk in and they're going to be focused on the go-karts coming at them and racing around the track, and then also our key visual of the stock car that we're going to be hanging from the ceiling. So
That's going to be a great entry
it's really
to
going to
this
be a
facility.
It's going to be a cool view. As you
So
walk
we put a lot of focus in the entry point. So when people come in here, they really, really feel the impact of the facility.
Correct. Our waiver stations will be off to this side, general business office, sales office off to our left here as we come in.
Awesome murals.
Yeah, lots of murals, big murals going on.
So Jenna, that's going to be a big deal here, right? Because we've got a lot of wall space and we've got really tall ceilings. So those murals really give you an opportunity to showcase what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, on the back wall there's going to be a little part kind of coming around the red, white, and blue track. Flags.
That's fantastic. So tell me about this area over here. What's happening here, Kevin?
Well, that used to be all enclosed, floor to ceiling, block wall. And if you remember, Jerry, back when we first walked through this building together, you were looking at it, and I watched you walking around like this, trying to figure out what to do with that room, and you said bomb room. And
It's
I was
the bomb room!
And I said, what the heck is a bomb room? And then you explained to me what a bomb room was. So,
And now it's been completely disassembled.
now we've set a bomb off in it, and it's been cut up and hacked up, and actually our go-kart track now will exit that north warehouse and come back through the bomb room out into our main floor.
Rob, what was involved in taking the bomb room out?
A lot. Jason was out here on site going through this, but that area back there was all blocked up. All that block had to come out, and the challenging part for the other GC out here was this tilt wall section here, the 50-foot plus open span.
Sure.
They ended up taking that, cutting it vertical, getting a big crane out here, and taking out 10-foot wide by 40-foot tall concrete panels up to the sky and over to that side of the project.
Not for the faint of heart, for sure.
No. And I can see where the challenge was with them. It took them a lot longer than they anticipated to get that work designed, engineered, and approved to come out of there.
I can appreciate that because the building still has to stand when it's all done.
Yeah.
That's our preference.
Let's face it. You know, it's interesting when you and I originally walked through this building, Kevin, and we said to ourselves, this is going to be the home for this facility.
Right.
We knew there was going to be some construction involved. But when you really start to get into it, you start to realize the significance of what's involved in making it happen. I know it was easy for you and I to cross out things on the plan and say, well, just get rid of that wall.
Yeah.
But Rob and Jason had to make it happen.
Exactly. Not quite as easy. And if you remember, Jerry, this north warehouse, which used to, you walk through a little bitty opening to get to it. That north warehouse, initially we weren't going to take that square footage.
I remember.
We were going to try to do everything in this box, and then when we started looking at it, and the landlord, the architects, and designers were all saying, hey, we can open that up and make it feel like all one continuous space instead of two separate buildings. It made more sense, and we could use that.
And this actually worked out in our favor because now our largest attraction has the ability to take up the entire area without overloading the main floor.
Correct.
So we get all of the great stuff still happening, great visuals, and the start of the go-karts without the entire go-kart track domination.
And because of that, we're able to have a compelling go-kart track, and not something that you're trying to squeeze in, too small of a space, 14, 15,000 square feet. Somebody rides it 2 or 3 times and has no interest in coming back.
So the other thing that's on my mind, though, is in addition to this really cool go-kart experience, you've got a gravity coaster coming into this facility that's winding around the entire building.
We do.
What's going on with this?
We do. We have the building that has the ceiling height, right? So we are almost 40 feet in the back, as I said, and down to about, 24 in the front edge up here, guys. So we wanted to take advantage of that. We'll start in the back of the building. It actually is going to be neat. The first thing you're going to do when you leave the platform you're going to slowly take off and you're going to penetrate the laser tag arena. So you're going to go into the black light arena, and we're actually going to try to put a laser tag target on the trolley as it passes through.
Fantastic.
And then it will, as it goes through and it turns and comes out of the laser tag out onto the main floor, you hit the first Big Dipper section. So you're going to leave a black light area, and then you're going to come out to the lighted part of our floor space and hit a Big Dipper at the same time.
But you didn't just decide to put a coaster in here. You decided to put the biggest one of its kind in here.
The total ride length, I believe, is right at 415 feet.
So a consumer is going to be able to come off the street, get strapped into a harness, and fly around the top of this building for all 400 feet of linear length.
Correct. They'll start again through the laser tag. They'll come out. They'll go over and pass very close nearby ballistics. They'll go from there. They'll fly over the cafe area, over around mini bowling, all around all the arcade games over in this area. Come back and they'll finish up before they land at the platform of going over the go-kart track.
Let's walk a little bit through the facility and talk about what's going to happen. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other attractions that are going in here. We've got some virtual reality coming in, don't we?
We do. We have the XD Dark Ride Theater coming in. If you come around and come in the front door, we go around the side over there. All of our arcade games will be the first thing you get into there. The go-kart track off to the left. As you go a little further towards the cafe, mini bowling. Next to the pit lane in the go-kart area, we'll have a ninja course. We will have a ballistics unit down there for the younger consumers.
Multi-level.
Yeah, multi-level ballistics. We will have an elevated ropes course. We will have an esports arena.
So-
This is a late edition. course.
So think about this. Think about all the entertainment that's going on in this facility for various age groups. We've got ropes courses. We've got ninja courses. We've got multi-level ballistics. We've got go-karts. We've got motion theater in the facility. We've got mini bowling lanes. We've got arcade games here. We've got the full package, don't we?
We do. And when grandma or grandpa gets tired of hearing all the noise and all the screaming, we got an outdoor patio. They can go out there and have lunch and escape the noise.
So that's the greatest part about it, right? The ability to bring in a little bit of this Florida weather when it's appropriate, right? And part of your decision, and I know part of the decision around selecting this location, was being able to build that outdoor veranda area. Ultimately, once all of that's done, how do we approach the issue of final finishes?
You know, and we're actually looking at that now. At least I am on my side of it, because you got to make sure that, again, the materials are going to be on time. You know, the graphics, worked with Kevin on some of that, the elements for ceilings. Once the walls are framed, done, we'll start looking at getting the floors cleaned up. Got to coordinate with the attractions. Some attractions sit on top of the carpet, others will not. So we're going to have to, deal with each one of them, make sure we accommodate their needs. Once the attractions start coming in, we'll finish up with flooring, looking at final finishes, any coats of paint, floor finishes as far as the stained floor we got to work on, punch out, final cleanup.
So you're communicating directly with the various vendors and attraction providers here to make sure that we've got their power requirements right, their flooring requirements right, and also staging, right? Staging is an important part of the process as well.
Yeah, like you said earlier, this is a large facility, but then you start bringing these attractions in, it's going to get small very quick.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say when we fill this box, there won't be an inch of space left that
not
isn't
much.
touched.
Yeah.